I stopped praying, not because I stopped believing, because I thought he stopped listening. I memorized the sound of empty rooms. Conversations with my shadow became my only proof. Smiles on my face, storms underneath. Everybody called it strength, I called it surviving another week. I learned how to carry pain without making a sound. Built my own prison, then convinced myself I was safe inside the walls I found. Every I'm okay felt heavier than the last. I kept running from tomorrow while reliving my past. People celebrate victories, they never clap for the nights when you almost gave up but somehow stayed alive. So I buried every question, locked every tear away, wondering if heaven still remembered the boy who used to pray. If silence has a language, I've spoken it for years. If tears have an address, mine reached heaven before they reached my face. He heard my silence when I couldn't find the words. He counted every heartbeat, even when mine felt unheard. I thought heaven closed its doors, I thought hope had disappeared. But sometimes the quiet isn't empty. Sometimes God is closer than he appears. I envied people laughing because mine always sounded fake. Every handshake felt distant, every smile began to break. My mind became a courtroom where guilt was always judged. No matter how much I healed, my memories held a grudge. I searched for peace in people, expected them to stay, but broken people can't become the light that leads your way. I blame myself for every goodbye, every friendship left behind, never realizing some departures were designed. Maybe losing wasn't punishment, maybe it was room to grow. Sometimes God removes the noise before he lets your purpose show. Maybe unanswered prayers were answers all along. Maybe the waiting was making me strong. He heard my silence when I couldn't find the words. He counted every heartbeat, even when mine felt unheard. I thought heaven closed its doors, I thought hope had disappeared. But sometimes the quiet isn't empty. Sometimes God is closer than he appears. You don't know what courage is until your heart is breaking and you still choose tomorrow. You don't know what faith is until every feeling tells you to quit, yet something inside whispers, take one more step. I looked in mirrors, searching for someone worth saving. Didn't realize the person staring back was already being carried. Maybe miracles don't always look dramatic. Sometimes they're breathing after wishing you couldn't. Sometimes they're waking up when yesterday almost won. If you've ever cried without making a sound, if you've ever smiled while secretly falling apart, if you've ever wondered, does anybody know what I'm carrying? Listen carefully. Someone died. He heard my silence before I ever spoke. He held my future while I was losing hope. Every tear I tried to hide never disappeared. He was writing chapters I couldn't read through fear. I wasn't abandoned, I wasn't too far gone. He stayed beside me even when I thought he moved on. Nah, I don't chase perfection, I chase peace. I don't ask, why did this happen? I ask, what can this pain become? Because scars aren't evidence that God left the evidence. He didn't, he kept breathing life into lungs that wanted to quit. He kept planting hope inside a heart that thought it was finished. And now, if someone asked me where God was when my world became quiet, I'll tell them he was the only voice strong enough to answer my silence. Maybe the song found you on the exact day you needed it. Tell me honestly, what silent battle have you been fighting that nobody around you knows about? Someone reading your comment day might realize they're not alone.
I carry questions like bricks in a backpack. Every step got heavier, but I never looked back. People saw progress, I only saw the miles. Didn't know healing could be measured by surviving little while after little while. I was terrified of stillness, cause that's when memories speak. The strongest person in the room can still feel unbelievably weak. I spent years asking, why did this happen to me? Then one quiet morning, the question changed completely. What if this pain is preparing somebody else to breathe? That's when my scars stopped looking like punishment and started looking like purpose. Some nights I still fight the version of me that wants to disappear. The difference now is hope speaks louder than fear. I still have bad days, I still lose sleep, I still wrestle thoughts that run way too deep. But I don't let one broken chapter name the whole book. I don't let one mistake become my identity. Because failure may know my address, but it doesn't own the house anymore. I rebuilt it with tears, with patience, with faith nobody else could see. There were days I hated hearing everything happens for a reason, because pain doesn't feel poetic when you're living inside it. It feels cold, it feels endless, it feels like everybody else got handed instructions while you were handed silence. But maybe growth whispers before it ever shouts. Maybe the strongest trees are built underground long before anyone notices the branches. Maybe your invisible season isn't wasted, it's where your roots are learning how to survive storms. If I could speak to the version of me who almost gave up, I'd say, don't mistake the silence for abandonment. Don't mistake the delay for denial. Don't mistake the storm for the ending. Because one day you'll stand in the exact place you thought would bury you, and realize it became the foundation you built your life on. You'll cry again, not because you're broken, but because you finally understand how far you've come. Maybe you're listening right now with tears you won't let anybody see. Maybe everyone around you thinks you're doing fine, but inside you're holding together a heart that's one breath away from breaking. If that's you, don't disappear before your story has a chance to change. The chapter you're in isn't the title of your life. I don't believe strength is never falling apart. I think strength is telling the truth about the pieces. It's choosing another sunrise when the night begged you to quit. It's believing that even when your voice runs out, your life still has something worth saying. New common punchline. Can I ask you one honest question? What's one silent prayer you've never had the courage to say out loud? Leave it in the comments. Someone else may read your words and realize they're not fighting alone. I became fluent in pretending, made pain look presentable. Learned how to laugh at dinner tables, then cry on the drive home. People call me strong, cause they never saw the nights I sat on the edge of my bed, trying to convince my heart that tomorrow deserved another chance. I wasn't looking for attention, I was looking for evidence that I still meant. Every mirror reflected a face I barely recognized, not because I changed, cause I forgot who I was before survival became my entire personality. When heaven was quiet, there were more mornings when I opened my eyes, disappointed, not because life was terrible, because I was exhausted from carrying invisible wars nobody could see. I kept waiting for God to answer dramatically. Instead, He answered quietly by giving me enough strength to survive another day. Looking back, that ordinary breath was the miracle. I held a funeral, not for a person, for the version of me that believed I'd never heal. I buried shame beside regret, covered them both with every lesson. My pain refused to waste. The tears weren't weakness, they were proof that my heart never stopped me to stay alive. Nobody celebrates the battles that stay inside your mind. Nobody celebrates the battles that stay inside your mind. Nobody hands you trophies for getting out of bed. Nobody throws confetti because you finally forgave yourself. But maybe those victories matter more than the ones people applaud, because the hardest audience you'll ever convince is yourself. And every day you choose hope, you win. Hikes didn't feel like fire. I expected faith to feel like confidence. Instead it felt like trembling hands, taking one more step without knowing where the road would end. Faith wasn't loud. It whispered you survived every bad day you thought would destroy you. That whisper kept me moving when motivation disappeared. If pain could introduce itself, it would say, I'm not here to become your identity, I'm here to reveal it. Cause pressure doesn't invent character, it uncovers it. Every scar I hated eventually became proof that broken things can still carry purpose. One more sunrise. I almost let one terrible night decide my entire future. Imagine that. Thousands of tomorrows almost erased by one painful yesterday. Now every sunrise feels like a reminder that hope doesn't always arrive as a feeling. Sometimes hope arrives as a decision you make it before your heart agrees. If you're still here, if you're still listening, maybe this song sounds a little too familiar. Maybe you smile while secretly falling apart. Maybe you've prayed until your words disappeared, and all you had left was silence. If that's your story, don't underestimate the chapter you're living. Because some of the strongest people don't look fearless. They look tired and they keep walking anyway. One day, the pain that almost convinced you to quit will become the testimony that convinces someone else not to. So tell me this, what chapter are you in right now? Waiting, breaking, rebuilding, or healing? Write just one word in the comments. Someone out there may realize they're not walking through that chapter alone. The hardest part wasn't losing people. It was losing pieces of myself, trying to keep them. I kept shrinking, hoping somebody will finally choose me. Lowered my standards, raised my tolerance for pain. Called it love, called it loyalty, called it patience, until one day I realized you shouldn't have to disappear to make someone else comfortable. So I stopped chasing acceptance and started rebuilding respect. I wasn't angry at God. People thought I was angry. Truth is, I was disappointed, not in God, in the life I thought I was supposed to have. I watched dreams collapse, watched doors close, watched people promise forever then leave without saying goodbye. But every closed door forced me to meet a stronger version of myself that comfort never could have created. There's a voice still trying to convince me I'm not enough. It reminds me of every mistake, every rejection, every night I almost walked away. But there's another voice now, quieter, steadier. It doesn't scream, it simply says, you survived too much to surrender now. And every day I decide which voice gets the microphone. The things I never said, I never told anyone. How many times I sat in complete silence, waiting for someone to notice I wasn't okay. I became an expert at changing the subject, laughing before crying, helping everybody else, because fixing their pain distracted me from mine. But healing finally started the day I admitted even the strongest hearts need someone to lean on. Yeah. These scars don't embarrass me anymore. The conversations, every line says I survived. Every crack says I kept believing. Every tear says I didn't quit. If perfection was the goal, I'd still be lost. But purpose, never be perfect. It only asked me to keep going. Hope, keep going. Hope, keep going. Didn't knock like thunder, it arrived like sunrise, slowly, almost unnoticed. One peaceful morning I realized I hadn't cried for a few days, then a few weeks, then I laughed, and it was real. That's when I learned healing doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes It slips into your life so gently, you don't recognize it until you're already free. If pain can see me now, it stand in front of me today, I thank it. Not because it was kind, because it awareness. It stripped away everything fake. It exposed my fears, it then revealed my faith. It introduced me to the version of myself that never would have existed without the struggle. Final bill. Maybe that's why the silence had to last so long. Cause the person who went to the storm couldn't carry the purpose waiting on the other side. I thought I was being buried, he was planning me. I thought everything was falling apart, he was putting everything in the right place. I thought my story was ended, he was still writing the most important pages. So if you're listening, and you've been wondering whether your quiet prayers ever reached heaven, remember this: silence isn't proof that nobody heard you. Sometimes the greatest answers are being built while everything feels still. Now I want to hear from you. What is one sentence you've never been brave enough to say out loud, but wish someone had heard? Leave it in the comments. Your honesty might become the reason someone else decides to keep fighting one more day.